rock and roll trucker.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Trucker, the channel that likes to rock and roll, the channel that likes to play. We love to eat, we love to truck, we love to see the world around us and just have a big old time. Come on in and have a seat, let's have a good chat. We'll tell you where we're going, we'll tell you where we've been. And yes, that is me playing the music.
That's not a bologna and cheese that you're looking at. That's a truck driver's steak sandwich. That is a gourmet cheesesteak right there. Don't you know it? And macaroni and cheese. I eat like a gourmet or a 5-year-old child. You pick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm told with the way I'm sitting, looks like I don't have a neck. I'm inclined to agree. Doesn't matter. I'm comfortable. Sip. Look at that. I had a finger in the shot. It's not good craftsmanship for a videographer. Luckily, I'm not a videographer. I'm a truck driver. Like I said yesterday, we're not dealing with Francis Ford Coppola here. No. We're up and at it. We're waiting to see what we're going to do today. We don't know where we're going. The world is our oyster today. We have no idea. It could be 5 miles from here. We might be driving 90% of the way to Alaska. Who knows? Probably not doing that. No. Dash is up and at it. He's back there scratching. Erin's over here sitting across from me again. Hadn't had her coffee. Said no being on camera. I'll get her on camera one day. I will do it. I promise. Because this is a joint venture. We're a team. We're up and at it. What are you doing this morning? Have you had your coffee? Have you had your breakfast? Are you mad at the world because you had to wake up? What's the story? Have you got your music going? Are you at work? What are you doing? Tell us about it. We're going to find out what we're doing, and we're going to tell you. And then we're going to go do it. We're ready to go. This truck stop has lost its appeal. It was good for a place to sleep. Now it's time to move on. Let's go eat breakfast and figure out life. So, we're still waiting on a load, but we ventured out. We took a walk to go get some breakfast. A little place over here next door, just randomly next to the McDonald's, called Joey's New York Bagels, or Joey's Bagels NY, however you want to read the card. I'll show the card and everything. Fantastic little local spot. They've got 2 locations in this town. Can't say enough good about them. Friendly human beings in there. Stellar food. All kinds of stuff other than just bagels. Just amazing breakfast place. And they were just so kind. They struck up a conversation with us, and we told them we were passing through town, truck drivers and stuff, and they said, here, would you like some bagels to take with you? Just give you some snacks to go down the road. And they gave us a big old grocery sack of just various flavors of their bagels. Just fantastic stuff. The lady at the register, her name was Diane. Couldn't have been more friendly. And I am pretty satisfied with our experience over there. I'm going to show you the picture of their card and stuff like that. But if you're ever in Hendersonville, North Carolina, don't go to the McDonald's. Don't go handing out money to a place, to the big corporations like that. Spend local. Spend better. Have better stuff. Go talk to the friendly people at a place like that. They couldn't have been more pleased to have business and just chat and conversate and have, I enjoyed it. Good experience. Yeah. Joey's New York Bagels, Hendersonville, North Carolina. Here's a picture of their card and stuff. And then, I'm rambling now. Yes, if you're ever through here, check them out. We're going to wait. I just had a load. I got distracted. I just had a load offer pass across my screen there as I'm talking to you. So we're about to try and figure out where we're going. Y'all have a good morning, and I'll holler back as soon as I know where I'm going. Uh-oh, gotta go fast. Taking off to Moxville. Then we're going to Minnesota. Let's get out of here and get things done. And we're getting loaded. We are in, where are we? Moxville, North Carolina. Getting loaded up. Gonna head to Albert Lee, Minnesota. Should be a good run. Weather is gorgeous out here. It's not an overly heavy load at all. We'll burn some fuel getting back, down 40 and through the gorge and everything, but that's part of it. We're going to stop and throw a few gallons of diesel in before we go. We've got some in here, but we want to make sure we got enough to get down to the next cheaper spot, so we're going to throw a few gallons in there. But yeah, we're all set. Getting loaded up. I think they're getting close to being done. They should be. And then we're going to get on the road, and once we get closer to the gorge on I-40 there, we will throw the camera in the windshield there, and we will get some nice hyperlapse going through the mountains and through the valley there. We'll give you something to look at besides my face. As much as you love to look at it, I know you do. Almost as much as that blacktop parking lot I showed you yesterday, probably. But we're going to get some nice footage going through the mountains. Pretty green trees, pretty blue skies, water, curvy roads, good times. Yes, we're about to go get it done. We'll holler back at you soon. And we've got a green light. The best color always. Truck stop advice of the day. If you're looking for a good location with everything, the TA in Moxville. We had to run over here and stop for something, splash some fuel right quick, and run over to Walmart for something. But you got the TA, pretty decent parking here, but you got a Walmart, you got a Great Clips, you got a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, you got a shoe store, anything you could possibly need over here. And it basically connects to the parking lot of the TA. So if you're looking for a good stop and you're not familiar with it, a lot of you will be, but I-40 running through North Carolina here, Moxville, TA. It's convenient. My advice to you. Let's go for a ride. Good evening and soon to be good night. I got a different shirt on. That means that it must be the end of the day and I must have went and got my once a month shower there. Aaron told me I had to go do that whether I wanted to or not. I wanted to though.
She don't got to make me do that once a month. I do it all on my own once a month. Yeah, I'm clean. Smelling good. I'm not that nasty. Definitely not. We're in Cookeville, Tennessee. It's been where all have we been today? We didn't drive all the miles we could have driven today, but we had about another hour or two to go, but it was going to get to the point of getting into a situation of no parking at a decent place. So we went ahead and stopped in Cookeville. We started out in Hendersonville, North Carolina this morning, went to Mocksville, North Carolina, picked up a load that's going to Albert Lea, Minnesota. We left there, pulled into the TA at Mocksville, got a few gallons of fuel, took care of some business at their Walmart shopping center there. Nice convenient place to be. And then we got on the road and we stopped in Knoxville for some fuel. We went ahead and topped it all off because that's going to be the cheapest fuel we see on this entire trip, it looked like. As far as places I can use my fuel card at, the Petro in Knoxville was all the way down to $3.35 pump price before the fuel card discount. I don't know how much that'll be till I get the pay stub here next week, but not bad considering not too far up the road at most of those places it was still well up above $4 a gallon. So fuel is starting to come down a little bit in some places, and that's good news considering the rates are still in the toilet and seeming to flush further. So we all gotta cross our fingers and hope the fuel comes on down with it so we can all still make some money and ride this out. That is at least a good sign in some places that it's getting down there. I'm not going to say it's getting cheap, but it's definitely down from where it was at. So that's helping out a little bit more. A few cents on the dollar, a little bit of meat on the bone there for the profit margins there. Yeah, Cookeville, Tennessee. We're at the TA Express. I'd never been to this one before. I wasn't on the road. I wasn't over the road at the time when they opened this one up. So pretty nice little stop. Clean showers, clean inside, nice driver's lounge. Not a ton of parking, but nice, clean, new, fresh parking lot anyway. Doesn't smell like every other one yet, if you know what I mean, but summer's on the way. We all have high hopes. We all know what it's going to smell like. Yeah, we're going to get up in the morning and run a really, really, really full day. I could have stood to have done about 60 more miles, 75 more miles a day, but we wanted to shower and we wanted something to eat. And we had to walk the dog. We had to do all that stuff. Take care of ourselves. We'll get the driving done tomorrow. Anyways, let me see. I took y'all for a ride along through the gorge there. Showed y'all some old school cool truck with Aaron had the good eye today as I was looking around off into space and counting clouds or something, and saw that sweet Cabover turn into the parking lot as we were walking across it today. I showed you guys that. But I also promised you 2 albums of the day yesterday because I didn't do one. I got 2 picked out. We're going to start with an old school band that is still going. Actually, 2 kind of old school bands, but one of them is like even more old school, and they are still going strong, sounding as good as ever. We're talking about the band Junkyard. I'm going to go, they've got several good handful of really good albums, but I'm going with their live album. It's called Shut Up, We're Trying to Practice. It encapsulates and shows off pretty much everything they are as a band. It just raw, solid, strong, energetic, quality musicianship, hard rock band. They are, if you're not familiar with them, they are one of the favorite bands of a lot of your favorite bands, probably. There's a picture floating around for years of Axl Rose wearing a Junkyard shirt. I think I've seen one of Slash. I can't remember, but they were from the Hollywood scene, and they were pretty well liked by a lot of the bands that mattered at the time. They were not of the glam genre there as far as the Hollywood bands go. They were more the straight ahead rock and roll, raw rock and roll, kind of like the early Guns N' Roses. They're like all the good characteristics of your AC/DCs and GNR and Rose Tattoo, mixed in with a little bit of old school punk. Several of those guys were like old school punk dudes too. So it's real raw, good, blues driven hard rock. And this live album really shows it off. Those guys are still going strong now. I got to go on a run with them in a band I was in a few years ago. We opened a little short string of shows for them, and they rode around with us in our van, and got to know them a little bit, and they're all real super extremely nice, cool people, awesome players, awesome band. They've still got it going on. So, Shut Up, We're Trying to Practice by Junkyard's number one. Number two, if you're familiar with the band, the Melvins, going back to 94 to their album Stoner Witch. I don't think that's every Melvins fan's favorite record by them, but they've got a ton of records, so that's always up for debate. But that particular one just grabs my ears. It's everything that you like about the band. It's stoner, it's doom, it's sludge, it's, trippy, almost psychedelic guitar leads here and there. Raw production, yet huge. The drums sound massive on it. Dale Crover it's monstrous drum sound on there. The production on the drums is great. King Buzzo, he never seems to run out of songs and riffs, and this one is just chock full of it. I heard that album way back. It came out in like 94. I think I heard it in probably 95, 96 for the first time or something like that. I've loved it ever since. They're kind of like Clutch. They've got a very dedicated fan base, pretty good sized fan base, but it's all been built on their live show. They're road dogs. They've put out a ton of albums, a lot of albums, much like Clutch again, but neither one of those bands move a ton of records. They're well known, and they always have an album to tour on, but their bread and butter is the live show and just getting on the road and earning fans the old-fashioned way. And that they have done. They're still going strong too. Always putting stuff out, but definitely check out Stoner Witch by the Melvins and Shut Up, We're Trying to Practice by Junkyard. Those are my two album picks of the day. Very differing bands, but longtime road warriors, just very good at what they do. Good, strong followings, earn the hard old way. Good stuff. Absolutely good stuff. I'm going to get off of here. We're going to make some noodles or something. We got the dog walked. We got us walked. We got us clean. It's about time to chill out for a few hours and get back up and do it all again. If you enjoy the videos, like and subscribe. If not, won't hurt my feelings, but I'd sure appreciate it. Get down in the comments and talk with us. Tell us about your music. Tell us what you're doing in trucking. Tell us where you're finding your cheap fuel, because I want some of it if you know where it's at. I won't take it all. I'll leave you some, but let me know where it's at. Get in those comments and interact. Let's have a big old time and let's chat it up. Y'all have a good night, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.